Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of...
Hello.
3, 2, 1. Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight out of the Scarlet Halls and getting closer and closer to Ajar's Eternal Palace, I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
And we are Do Not Relent, and we are a quarter of a century old in number of episodes. 25, baby!
I'm also a quarter of a century old.
Wow, I'm no longer a quarter of a century old, but I was recently. So
I'm legal.
Finally legal. I feel like 25 is a pretty monumental episode, guys.
It's okay, I guess.
Let's make it awful. Let's just really shit the bed on this one.
I am stopping recording now.
Oh no, wait.
Okay, good night, everyone.
I feel like there's so much news that happened in the real world. Like, we have the Sonic news about they pushed back the date to save some animators' poor backs.
I'm very excited about that one. You can tell how starved of a fan base it is when people noticed that he had gloves on while he was holding the sign, and everyone's like, "He's got gloves!"
To be fair, I did think it was weird that in the original design he didn't have gloves.
And now he's got...
Yeah, I thought it was very disgusting that he did not have gloves.
His hands were just white balloons. That's crazy. I felt like we can talk about Detective Pikachu and why it sucked. Did you see it yet, Aaron?
No.
Ugh.
I have heard either that it sucks or, it's really fun. So that really translates to me probably not paying to see it, but I will mooch it somehow in the future.
There's so much.
I know some story beats though.
If you haven't seen it by now, you had your time. I can't believe the old man wanted to make everyone into Pokemon. Now, what's he gonna do then? What's his plan? He just made the humans stronger to take him down later. I don't get it.
Kid, it's me, your dad, but you can't tell that it's my voice, I guess, because a Pikachu's saying it.
Oh no, because he's estranged from his father, and he's so sad that his father is always working. But yet they never explain why his father's always working and what he's doing. Just that he was hanging out with
being
YouTube.
a Pikachu, apparently.
It's so bad, so bad. And then we got big wrestling news, and hopefully AEW giving Vince McMahon a run for his money. There's just so much going on, and I hope to God that there's another wrestling company out there that can tackle the big dog, Roman Reigns.
I don't know, I feel like it was a pretty good debut pay-per-view that they had. I mean, it was rough around the edges. They are definitely a green company, but I enjoyed it enough.
I just want them to succeed. We need to buy a shirt or something. We need to support them. We need to do what we can.
Get me my Dr. Britt Baker DMD merch, damn it.
It's like that old BuzzFeed article that was like, ways to make sure that the new Ghostbuster succeeds. Buy a shirt. Tell your friends to buy a shirt. It's like, just do anything. Throw your money at it, please.
Aaron, there's literally a lady wrestler whose gimmick is that she's both a doctor and a dentist. She has both degrees.
And obviously a wrestler.
It's like, what? So that's good. Please, do good. But, yeah, I think we talk about WoW now. I actually had a pretty busy week in WoW, even though it was Memorial Day weekend. I don't know how you guys fared. Well, I guess I know how Immune fared. I'm assuming Aaron fared on the not so much played side of the coin, huh?
Because yes, the lady friend was in town for the holiday. I did squeeze in a couple hours throughout, because she would be like, well, I'm just going to do my makeup, and like, I'm not going to lie to you, fam, this is going to take a while. And I'm like, well, okay. Like, I'm a heterosexual white man. I don't really care about what my hair looks like, so I'm just like, water. I was like, well, I have about an hour to kill here while she gets her things on. So I hopped in the world every so often.
Well,
didn't really accomplish too much, but I was there.
Well, I guess since you were in the world, you can tell us all about what you did during these makeup sessions.
I just hopped onto my girl, Booty ATW. Who someone in Raid called Booty all the way, and I'm like, that's cool. But also, she kept referring to me as that, so I was like, what?
I guess that could be what that stood for if it wasn't
I mean,
your
yeah,
initials.
they don't know it's like my initials, so they just assumed. But I hopped on her and essentially just ran random things to try and up my eye level. It was not too inspired, just a lot of world questing. So, Slide, what did you do this week in the World of Warcraft?
This week it was a little hectic. I had friends over for Memorial Day, who I haven't seen in a while. But once they left, oh man, I went to Pound Town on my Horde character, actually, surprisingly. Gum Gums, the enhancement Goblin Shaman, is level 120 and only has to complete 4 more little zones within Zuldazar to almost have the Alliance Wolf and the Horde Horse. Like, I'm super close to it. Yeah, she was running through Nazmir, and I was learning just exactly how much lore the Horde actually got going into Uldir. I know I've said they've got the lore and how much more they got than us, but boy, seeing it all firsthand really made me mad. Because we got nothing. Bran was like, hey, over here, let's go do this. And I was like, huh? And literally,
This would be neat.
they're doing so much. Like, every single raid boss in Uldir, they, like, have some kind of encounter within the real world. And we just go, pfft. So that was eye-opening.
And even more than just Uldir, they have like Daza background too. Like Kragwa, the giant frog that always kills half of our raid. They have a whole quest chain where they make sure that he remains a powerful Loa.
Yeah, they have all the fun Loa stuff. And then, like, they get to see their Loas and Dazara lore. And I don't know who the fuck Kragwa is, which I guess I shouldn't as an Alliance person, I guess. But being able to see, I was feeding Kragwa's big old belly, and we ate some nasty blood trolls together. So I don't know. I just feel like the Horde got way better story this time, and I'm not mad about it.
And I feel like there's not as direct an equivalent because people would be like, oh, Crucible takes place in Kultiris, so that's Alliance story. But like, I don't know them. I ain't know those Ulnat and Zathul.
Yeah, who are they?
Yeah, or if you think about Daza, like we don't really know Catherine and Joseph, right? We never encountered them before the raid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, no. But that's one more character to 120. I fear with what the current event is for this week in WoW, I may have 4 or 5 more 120s by the time it's over. But move over to Immune. What did you do in the World of Warcraft?
What did I do in the World of Warcraft, you ask? I did a little bit of everything. I played on both the druid and my main, the priest. I ran a battleground for the first time with my priest this expansion, and I didn't realize that they added like a few new, well, it's probably not really new, but new to me because I haven't done it this expansion yet. PvP talents, like a greater heal, which just straight up heals 70% of the target's health. So that was crazy to feel.
How much mana does that take?
It's not really mana inefficient. It just takes 3 seconds to cast.
Huh. It wasn't just any battleground. It was a rated battleground. Your first rated battleground ever, right?
I guess you're right. I didn't realize it was rated because it was a YOLO group, and I felt like me barely caring was more than what they were doing. I feel like just even getting everyone online and ready to queue was enough of a task.
Yep, that's a low-level rated battleground. They're all shit shows.
Yeah, so I did that. I did some PvP on the druid, and I did my first mythic plus on the priest in probably a month or so, which we should probably get back to doing. I like doing them. I just always forget that I like doing them.
I feel like we say this every 3 months. Like, oh man, we gotta do more of those. They're so much fun. And then we don't do any until 3 months later. Say it again.
Yeah. I also did emissaries for the first time in a while. I feel like I should probably do those too and actually make the final push to get my neck to 50 because it's getting close. It just isn't there yet.
Yeah, Aaron, what's your neck at?
I want to say it's like 47.
That sounds about right.
That seems to be because I'm out there doing my things every so often. Although I don't really have a push at the moment to get to get it higher than 50 because I don't have any equipment that needs it to be 50. But I probably should just to be my best.
Yeah, and then just be good to have it there already, because when 8.2 comes out, you're going to want it at 50 so you can start the essence stuff. I think you have to have a heart of 50 to start that stuff. I'm pretty sure.
I see. Well, then I know my homework for this week.
Time to get that Azurite. You know what that means? Islands.
Oh no! I mean, I guess canonically I'm supposed to be going for islands, but I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. I haven't done islands in like 3 months.
I feel like
I gave up on the quest.
I feel like islands are a real life example of a medium moot. They're not the worst. They're not the best.
Yeah, no one ever tells me I need to do them, but just thinking about doing them upsets me.
Yeah, but then, like, thinking about them kind of upsets me. Not enough to make me angry, just to make me go, meh. And if I do convince myself to do them, I like them, kind of. So yeah, you guys are right. Real life medium.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. And
Champion, come over here and take part in a good old medium moot.
I don't know, man. And what's great is that
Me either.
we're getting more islands, so that's, hey, more things to not do. It's funny, I think that people are beginning to like lose their shit a little bit on the internet. There's been a lot of, this is officially the worst WoW's ever been. We're in a content drought. And I'm like, yeah, it has been a little light, but someone on Reddit was trying to claim that there hasn't been a patch in 180 days. And I'm like, Crucible of Storms was like 70 days ago, so why are you lying? Also, Crucible being 70 days? Doesn't that seem crazy?
I mean, we
I was
haven't
about to
been to
say,
it in a while, honestly.
We haven't been there in probably like 36 days.
And yeah, I kicked their ass and we just had to take a break and go back to Desire Lore for a while. So I guess we can talk about our raid and how we did. We did okay.
We did an alt run, basically, and made it 7 out of 8 this last week.
Yeah, I got super duper geared up because there's only like 3 other people who had plate, and they were playing on their main plate guys. So like literally every plate piece got passed down to me. And now Booty is looking cool, and she's like 387. She started the night at like 350.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, nice.
Are you gonna bring her in the raid again tonight?
Yeah, if it's an alt raid, then yeah, probably. I love Growliina, but she has just gotten enough stuff. I'm like, it's someone else's time to shine right now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that on my priest too, honestly.
Yeah, that's where I'm with my mage. I feel like this is the thing that you kind of have to do at this point to keep the game fresh, is to start alts, because people on the internet again are kind of just being like, well, the game's dying, it's really at its lowest point, and I'm still having fun, but granted I've leveled like my 6th character to 120, so you just gotta spice it up. You went from being a mage to a warrior, Immune went from being a priest to a boomkin, from healing to doing damage. Like, it's really refreshing to spice that up.
It's enough of like a narrative shift, of a playing shift, that it's like, this feels different. Like if I went from a fire mage to an elemental shaman or something, I'd be like, well, this is similar. But Fury Warrior gives me the chance to be like, this is nothing like what I usually do. Like fights even feel different because I'm like, well, shit, I have to chase this person down now.
And you get to stare at some hot, sexy, thick ankles all the time.
Baby, sign me up. I hope I get right in that grong dong.
Oh, it's gotta be stanky grong dong.
Baby.
Our side over here got to experience the whole another playstyle of, instead of seeing anything in the raid, just seeing raid frames.
I thought you were calling me a stanky. I thought you were calling me a stanky grong dong at first. I was like, what the fuck? Rude as shit, man. But yeah, that's been something.
Podcast over.
Yeah.
Just call me a stinky grong dong.
Fuck you, I'm done. But yeah, I guess now I really realize the plight of healers, that you literally just play a fucking puzzle game on the side of your screen where you just like, this guy's getting empty, let me fill him back up. This guy's getting empty, let me fill him back up. And you can't watch anything. You can't watch mechanics. You can't even see how pretty the raid is. You just have to stare at these little boxes. I don't know how you guys aren't all fucking insane.
I mean,
Right. Right. That's what we're talking about. We got 7 out of 8. I feel like at this point, Mechatork is way harder than Jaina. We get so stopped up at Mechatork every time that it wastes all of our time before we can kill Jaina on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that, because last week we got close to killing Jaina. We just ran out of time. I feel like with 1 or 2 more pulls, we would have downed her.
Yeah, we just need more time on him. It's been... Mechatork ends up, like...
1 week?
What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said it's been, and I was doing my best to hold it in, but I had to just release a 1 week.
Since I looked at you.
That's all I know. That's I know only the first 8 words.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Chicken.
I think that line is what made me fall in love with Chinese food. It was that man singing that line so beautifully and perfect. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to go into the Zarlor on alts, or do you think we're going to start that Crucible attack once again?
DAZZA.
I personally would love to go back to Crucible, even if we are just throwing ourselves at it, because I feel like at this point everyone's just gearing up alts. It's not really gearing up mainstays anymore. So it'd be like, well, this was a fun diversion. I'm glad we all had our giggles, but I feel like it's time to get back to business and die.
We still need to get AOTC for it, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We have not even seen Heroic Woolknot.
Yeah, we have not. Well, no, we've seen him. We have seen him. We got maybe...
We fought him once?
Yeah, we got maybe 1 to 2 pulls on him, because it took us a while to get past Heroic. Zash, Flash, and Zoobloop. And then, yeah, he kicked our ass once we got to him. I think our alts are probably geared enough at this point to be fighting Crucible. I mean, it is on the same level anyway. It's just needing more health to get past it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be just happy to do stuff, I guess, to raid. But my vote, I would like, is for Crucible.
Crucible, baby.
Well, speaking of Crucible, this week we started getting some whispers from our daddy Nazoth.
Ooh, whisper.
Papa Zoffy.
Praise him.
Praise him. It is Nazoth, right? Or is it the eyeball whispering to us, on our head? I guess his eye is off, so it's still Nazoth. Yeah, I don't think any of us logged in during the time when it was released, but apparently if you logged in on Thursday, Wednesday, the hat would be whispering to you non-stop. It wasn't just it was just straight up looping itself for hours and just going and going and going. And I really wanted to hear that. I'm sad that they changed it.
Yeah, because now it's just whenever you have a loading screen after it, then you get it for 5 seconds. Yeah,
I've noticed that. It's whenever I land a flight point or I use my Hearthstone, it's just hey, by the way, it's me, Nazoth. I'm still out here if you want to have a little chit chat. And I'm like, oh, hey, Nazoth, it's nice of you. So he's been a real chill dude so far.
I was not able to get it to trigger in any of the times I was hanging out with Growliina, but maybe just my random number generator was off or something.
I think it happens whenever you just log in too for the first time. So maybe when you log, it's also very quiet. It's very subtle now. I almost didn't hear it when I would log in. I was like, oh shit, what's this? I guess when you log in, just pay super close attention, and maybe you'll hear Daddy talking to you.
I see. Well, I gotta hear what my daddy's saying, so I'm gonna log in right now. Here I come!
Nazoth. That's exactly how it is. It's gibberish, Nazoth. Gibberish. I'm like, oh, I know that word.
I recognize one of those.
The stress test, we can talk about that one next. That bad boy was super hard to get into, as expected.
It was super stressful.
Yeah, my favorite part was all the memes and people talking about how, yeah, it gave me the real classic experience, and then it was just a screen cap of them not being able to log in.
Let me tell you.
No, literally, when I told Andrew when we were going around the house, and I was like, yeah, Slidewhistle is trying to get into the stress test beta, but he's not able to get in. And he made that same joke. Yeah, he was like, "That's WoW for you," or like that was the classic experience. No one can log in for weeks.
Yeah, but I did my part. I sat there for 2 hours just trying to get in. I was one of the many just hammering the servers with like login requests. And then I guess for some reason I thought it was only for 2 hours. I didn't realize it was for 24 hours, like a dummy. Because like they kept stressing like this 2 hour window. And I was like, what? So then I just didn't log back in the next day. And then I heard that I could have logged in until like 6 p.m. And then I was like, oh, well, this is sad. So I never got to make a character.
You missed all the fun times with all of the giant bosses that they were funneling into Stormwind.
Yeah, they were just spawning random like raid bosses in Stormwind to fight. I'm like, I want to fucking fight Ragnaros in the gates of Stormwind. That sounds cool. This is gonna matter not a lot by the time this podcast release, but they're doing another stress test tomorrow, the 29th, which will be 3 days in the past by the time this comes out. But hopefully I get into that one.
I hope all you fun listeners got to do it. Otherwise, neener, go suck a wiener.
Well, I'm high of it. Oh, but I actually had a really odd revelation that I don't want to jump on just yet. But I've been thinking about what Aaron said about how he said he might want to play Horde because he has little investment in his character. I might want to...
You're talking about on Classic.
On Classic, yeah. I have...
Nope, you heard it here first, folks. Fuck Growliina. It's all over. It's a Karen Ironbane podcast now.
Come ass.
Oh no. I mean, Gum Gums is 120. My Horde Goblin's ready to go. But a small part of me, maybe like 10 to 15%, kind of wants to roll like an Orc Shaman for Classic. I think I don't like that we have basically 3 humans on the Alliance. You know, we got Tall Human, we got Squat Human, and we got Little Human, and then we got Night Elf. But then I thought about leveling in those Horde zones, and then I was like, nah, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah, I was talking with one of my coworkers today at work, and he asked what I was going to roll in Classic, and I was like, probably a Paladin. He's like, oh, so Alliance. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's probably the best choice, because otherwise you'll just be leveling in a bunch of mud pits. And I'm like, yeah, you get it.
And it's so unfortunate because, yeah, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together now. I'm like I would like to try a Tauren because it's the one class I feel like, you know, of the old Horde that I really didn't get a chance to play. But Mulgore, like, it's a zone that has ended many a WoW career, and I don't want it to end my Classic career.
No, because I've been playing Gum Gums a lot, and so I've been really loving Enhancement Shaman. And I think playing a Shaman in Classic sounds really awesome. Like an Orc Shaman who's just really buff and ready to fuck you up. But I don't want to run through Duratar. Like, it's so orange and it's so deserty. Like, I guess I haven't fully decided yet. But don't tell Will and Andrew this, because if we tell them this, they're going to want to play Horde immediately. I say we leave the ball in our court until we fully decide what we want to do. So you said that you were going to play a...
I was going to be a Gnome Warlock.
Gnome Warlock. Yeah, right. You're going to be Sick Boy. Stinky Boy? Sicko Boy?
Sick Beard.
Sick Beard. My apologies. I guess my issue is I haven't decided my class combo. I really wanted to be a human hunter, and then I was reminded that wasn't a thing in vanilla, because I don't understand why. Why weren't humans hunters? What sense does that fucking make? They're the most hunter class there is.
Is also part of your reasoning for wanting to possibly do Horde is so that you can actually play Shaman?
Yes, and I can't do that. Though Paladin would be fun. I don't know. Basically, everything that I do in WoW is up in the air until the last second when I make a split choice and it just falls somewhere.
With new and exciting content on the way, we sent our field reporter Growliina out there to ask the people what they think.
Greetings, listening audience. It's your favorite journalist, Growliina. I'm joined here by fellow lady animal and Draenor enthusiast, Gyguria. How are you, Guy?
I never said I like Draenor.
Come on, Guy. Work with me here. It's a puff piece. So, Guy, how have you taken the big news?
What news?
Why, only the return of both our favorite dungeons, Draenor Timewalking.
Oh yeah, probably not going to do those.
What? What? You're just not gonna do them?
Yeah, probably just gonna skip. They feel annoying.
Are you telling me you don't love gray machinery? What about giant ogres? What about Skyreach? Skyreach, guy!
That was the worst expansion. I don't care that they're bringing it back.
I hope you have a good lawyer, Guy, because you've murdered me. You've killed me with that sour opinion.
Whatever. I'm going to go.
Well, this girl is too heartbroken to go on. I'm just gonna sit here and think about the iron docks to calm myself down. Back to you boys in the studio.
As the late Bob Dylan once said, change it is a-comin'.
Oh man, is it coming ever? Also, that reminds me, have you seen this Watchmen series that they're redoing?
Oh god. So all I know about it is Watchmen. They're taking the characters, but it's taking place instead of neo-futuristic Nixon's 80s, it's neo-futuristic Trump's.
Oh no, they're modifying it? I didn't know it was modified.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I don't know how I feel about that. Like I like the idea behind it, I appreciate it, but changing the source material and modifying that completely, ooh, I don't know. Ooh.
Wait, how did we get to Watchmen from whatever we were just talking about?
Somebody hasn't seen the Watchmen movie.
In the film, the intro credits are to Bob Dylan's times. They're changing.
That's like the opening in the show.
When your mom gets hit by her boyfriend and shit, then the next frame is a superhero.
Man, Bob Dylan inspires me. If he can be a singer, I think anybody can.
He inspired my parents. They almost
Drag 'em.
decided to name me Dylan instead of Alex.
Oh, that's the opposite of what. No, parents of Immune.
My parents were gonna name me Zachary. Why were our almost names such miscreant names?
I mean, and I feel like I'm definitely not a Dylan. You're definitely not a Zachary.
I was always gonna be born Slidewhistle.
That is your legal name. your mother had you, and the doctor was like, "What would you like to name him?" And then she just pulled out. Woo! Fair enough.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, your father ran in like, "Am I late?" clutching a big wooden train whistle.
I think we can start to talk about our next thing here, and it's one that's going to be deeply, deeply upsetting for me. So I may have to leave the room and like cry or scream somewhere for a second. They are changing the Gnome and Tauren mount sizes.
Oh no! How could they?
I get it, but I'm still okay. So a blue post that was posted like a week ago, basically right after we recorded, said, with today's PTR update, you might notice mount size changes for Gnome and Tauren player characters. For a very long time, we've had issues that stem from Gnomes and Tauren riding on mounts that appear larger than we intended. We're adjusting their sizing down on normal mounts, and there's a star next to normal. This allows us to correct many art and animation bugs with these specific races when mounted, and they look better. Gnomes and Taurens look how they should. Gnomes can actually reach their reins, and Tauren can fit through more doorways when mounted.
So that was the issue that they were going for, was like gnomes weren't actually touching their handlebars.
So,
because if anything, to do that, they have to shrink them more.
Yeah, I don't really get it, because disregarding like gnomes, a lot of the characters can't reach their fucking reins. Have you ever seen a Draenor riding like a tiny goat? I don't know. I guess they're targeting what they know they can fix, but it's gonna affect my favorite gnome feature, and that's making mounts bigger. I think it sucks to change that, and it kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, with this change, do you even have a reason to play your mage anymore?
I mean, the mount size was actually a pretty big reason why I wanted to play. I'm like, I got cool mounts, and I can really show them off now. But now I'm gonna be a regular sized boy. I've been small for too long. Give me something.
This also makes me wonder, though. Are they also going to be changing the female human's weapon enhancement thing?
I think that's unfixable. I think that's just a lost cause.
I don't know why that is such a specific thing.
Neither do I.
Is it an optical illusion in that the female human is just so dainty they appear larger?
Oh no!
Because I swear we've had the same weapon out, like your paladin, my warrior, and we've held them next to each other, and mine is distinctly smaller.
And it's not even like a little smaller.
No, it's very large. Even like because Growliina is a worgen, so she can shift between them. The items like 1.5 times themselves when I turn back into Susan. I'm like, what sense does this make?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I wonder, it's got to be some weird bug of it. Just like, you know what? I don't know. I can't find it, chat. I give up. Because that sword is like literally like she's holding a person. Like it's the size of her. I don't know. I don't like this change. I hate it. I get that they want to make their game look better, but there's so many areas you can make your game look better than this. Like this, come on, leave it alone.
Yeah, I also feel like for those two races, it's became over the years just a thing that you associate with them and they associate with themselves. And a lot of players probably were really happy with this initial bug or whatever it was to begin with.
I guess from a Tauren perspective, they're probably happy because Tauren literally cannot fit through doorways riding like certain mounts, which that's like game breaking. The Gnomes never had that problem. Like we fit through every doorway that we're trying to get through. But I don't know, man. It's just when I meet Ian at BlizzCon face to face, this will be the top thing I yell at him about. Like, Ian, fix this no mount changes immediately.
And then you'll steal from him again.
No, he gave me his wine glass, and we cheersed it. So, SweatyGumbo is still holding our Time Warp hostage, and I'm not sure when she's going to give it back. Last week, we played 100,000 Copper Necropolis, and I was thinking this week, instead of playing that game again, though I think that game is a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it, by the way. That was really fun.
It was. I just don't know how I feel about Kalthuzad just mouthing off.
He was talking some mad shit during that game.
You heard how hard I was trying to think, and all of a sudden I got a lich behind me just wiggling his bony fingers and waggling his dead tongue in my ear. Get out of here.
He was mean. But this week I figured we can play Who Wants to Be an Auctioneer? So you guys have always dreamed of being an auctioneer, right? Yes, of course.
Of course. Just hanging out. I mean, that's what we're getting ready for, right? Hanging out with your two best buds, standing 5 feet apart from each other.
Ever since I was a little girl, I thought, someday when I grow up, I'll be an auctioneer.
Well, today you have that chance.
Time is money, friend.
I have comprised 6 questions here that involve auctioneer-specific knowledge. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to ask you guys a multiple choice question, and at the same time, I want you guys to give me your answer. And we'll just see who gets the most right, who gets the most wrong, and if you guys tie. It's pretty easy.
Okay, that's easy enough.
These are all going to be from Proudmoore's auction house. I guess the auctions are subject to change. Let's start with the first question. Are you guys ready?
Ooh,
Yes.
yes, I'm ready to be an auctioneer.
Okay, so let's start with the top selling mount on the server. The Reigns of Spectral Tiger currently sits at 10 million gold. There's actually 2 up there right now. The Ghastly Charger Skull is the second most expensive on Proudmoore. How much is it? Is it A, 7.5 mil, B, 5 million gold, C, 6.9 million gold, or D, 4 million gold?
4 million.
5 million.
Cha-ching!
And the answer is 5 million gold. So that's 1 point to Immune.
Ow.
It's 5 million gold, which is funny because that's the mount that I got from the TCG a trading card for Christmas 2 years ago, and I sold mine for like 3 million gold. So I have a little bit of FOMO on that 2 million gold right now. It's kind of sad.
Hold on, I didn't have my brown vest on to truly be a Stormwind Auctioneer, but it's on now. I'm gonna get every single one now.
All right, I believe in you. That vest is very powerful. So we've seen the first place on the most expensive mount list. How about the very last place? The Coalfist Gronling, which is that big dirty Gron that you get from like your Draenor garrison, is currently the cheapest mount on Proudmoore, right behind the tailoring flying carpet mount. How much does Mr. Coalfist Gronling cost? Is it A, 98 gold, B, 659 gold, C, 1,000 gold, or D, 1,500 gold?
B.
1,000.
So, Immune, you say 659 gold. Aaron says 1,000 gold. The answer is actually A, 98 gold.
Amateur.
Whoa!
If you don't have this Gronling mount yet, you can basically go buy it for virtually nothing. That's just how many there are. I think people thought that the market was gonna like come down soon, and you could just like sell them for like lots of money. But nope.
I was thinking of the purple Gronling that you can get for like 10,000. I'm like, well, there's no point to people like reselling it, so I assume it'd be like a 10th. But there must be just another poopier Gronling out there.
I think that's the same one. It's that one. It's the purple one.
Oh, well, then I vastly overpaid. Why didn't we play this game like a year and a half ago?
I don't even know if I have this Gronling. Maybe I'll have to go pick it up after this.
I have 4 of my banks so I can sell later, but apparently everybody else and their mom did the same thing. So question 3, we got Immune 1, Aaron 0. That vest not looking so hot.
Hold on. I shaved my beard and I grew my black hair out.
Okay.
I am really channeling middle Auctioneer now.
You just get a really bad like middle piece haircut. What's that called? Middle side part?
Yeah, the
Center
middle
part.
part haircut.
Yeah, ugh. This one's gonna be going to the junk prize. The informative note that reads, "You do know that there is a trick to this, right?" is the top listed gray junk item on Proudmoore. I don't know why you can buy junk items or who's selling them.
Or who's buying them?
I have no idea. I guess maybe dummies. The informative note is the most expensive listed gray item on Proudmoore right now. How much is this bad boy starting at with bids? Is it 3.5 million gold? Is it 298k gold? Is it 713k gold? Or is it 2,000 gold?
298k.
713k.
I don't think
The answer is actually 3,359 gold.
People are out here paying higher than my average that I've ever raised. All my characters for a note that they already know what it says.
Because you can see what it says when it's in the auction, right?
Yeah, so you can't buy by mistake. So I guess someone's just hoping to capitalize on some rich bitch scrolling through the junk items to buy a shitty piece of gray junk.
I'm livid.
Immune 1, Aaron 0.
Hold on. I'm shaving off my black hair now. I regrew my goatee. What was I doing middle guy? I gotta channel rightmost guy.
Ooh, is it the guy who's like in Borealis and like just chilling?
Nope, there's 3 of them. The middle one is a guy with a black middle part. On the right, there's a bald gentleman who has a goatee. And that's who I am now.
Well, this man knows a lot about battle pets. We have the cheapest battle pet. This poor little guy or gal is sitting at a buyout of 5 silver, with the bidding starting at 1 silver. Who is it? Is it A, the Spring Rabbit's Foot, B, the Toxic Wasteling, C, our boy Pedal Feet, or D, the Red Helper Box?
D.
B.
Is that a D and a B I heard?
Mhm.
Yes.
The answer was the Red Helper Box.
Cha-ching!
Because that is the Santa Claus battle pet that when you summon goes, "Hey, what the fuck do you want? It ain't Christmas." And then he forcibly goes back into your pocket and won't be your battle pet.
So you can't even use him in pet battles?
You can't use them at all. You can't have them run around after you. They just fucking come out and yell at you saying it's not winter time yet, and they just disappear.
Do we know if they come out and do stuff on Feast of Wintervale?
Yeah, they'll just follow you around, but I don't think they do anything specific. I don't I don't know. That's the one holiday I haven't done all the achievements for. But I think they just go, oh, hooray! It's a piece of winter mail, and then follow you around. We have our 5th question here, second to last.
Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. I picked the 2 wrong ones. I just underwent a sex change and put my blonde wig on. I am now leftmost auctioneer in Stormwind. Let's do this.
I would love to see that doctor you got, because they are efficient.
I told him that the game was on the line and he worked overnight to do this. Let's go.
We have everyone's favorite raid mats. We have our flask of endless fathoms, which all 3 of us use. What's the cheapest individual going price of a single flask on Proudmoore? A, 650 gold. B, 429 gold. C, 197 gold. Or D, 245 gold. How much some flasks cost?
245.
245 and a 650?
Such fools!
Surprisingly, C, 197 gold, which is probably the cheapest it's ever been, because normally those things cost me fucking an arm and a leg.
Yeah, normally it's like 300-ish, maybe?
Back when I was selling them, it was like 1,000.
Yeah.
Per?
I mean, and that was at the beginning, like Old Deer. But back when I was selling individual flasks, it was like 2.5 thousand.
Yeah, they used to be a lot fucking expensive. Now they're pennies. They're pennies on the dollar. And we have the last question. Who wants to be an auctioneer for true auctioneering rights? We won't go into the score. Aaron might be able to catch up still somehow.
I've foregone my physical form. I am now the auction bot that you can find in like Kazan. Beep boop. I'm a robot.
Well, this one should be one that Growliina's good at if she's hanging around. We have a Quest for Hat Part 2. We all know it. We all love it. The Dusthaven top hat is a beautiful looking piece of art. How much is it currently going for on Proudmoore? Is it A, 200k, B, 100k, C, 56k, or D, item not found?
Item not
C.
found.
And the answer is item not found.
Great
there
job!
are no Dusthaven top hats on the auction house currently. They're all gone. What the
What's
fuck?
going on? I bought like the last one.
The market went up. I paid 200k for it. Aaron bought it when it crashed, and now they're just gone. They're just completely gone. You can't even get it if you wanted one. So that's gonna be a score of 2 for Immune and 1 for Aaron. So I guess do with that information what you will. If you have alcohol over there, I guess give it a little chug, rub.
I'll finish this nice Kalamazoo Stout, which features what appears to be an angry homeless man on the front.
I thought I'd say Kalimdor. I was like, well, you have a Kalimdor beer over there?
God, I wish. Well, that was pretty neat. I like that. I hope SweatyGumbo never comes back. Please come back, Sweaty. I miss time warps. I knew what to do with those. I didn't lose those.
I am living for this because I can actually win them because they're not time warps.
Oh no. Well, maybe we'll play some match game next week. Everyone put on your favorite personas.
Bachelor on the left. What would you say your favorite artifact weapon is? Well, I'd love to take you by the roots and show you my leaves. Oh, I don't fuck around with resto shamans.
Bye.
So, I don't know if you know this, listener. I and these 2 gentlemen to my left and right here, we are registered Draenor
Darlings.
And you know what? You get to complain about how much you miss Wrath in your favorite expansions, but now it's my time to shine, because Blizzard has just introduced Warlords of Draenor Timewalking. Ooh, girl, you can play Skyreach and the others.
Everyone's favorite. Everbloom, Bloodmaw Slag Mines, Iron Docks, Auchendune, Shadowmoon Burial Grounds, and no fucking Grimroad Depot because Blizzard fucking sucks.
Well, Grimmail Depot was a raid, right?
No, Grimmail Depot was the one with the moving train that people always died because they didn't know where to stand.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? Why?
You don't get it.
Come on, Blizz,
want
give us
it.
that.
But yeah,
Give me it.
it's fucking here. The mounts look sickening. I actually already have the 2 toys. I ran one today on my monk. I healed it. Apparently I had a lot of badges saved up from before. And the toys are actually pretty fucking cool. One of them is a burning blade flag. So you just put it on your back for 10 minutes and you just have a nice little burning flag. And the other one is a Pethith crystals. And you just, it's kind of like the rainbow, where, you know, it makes like the rainbow on another person. Only it makes a big ass golden laser beam on them, which I don't remember Apestus crystals doing. So I don't know what's up with that.
Is this what
Was that
Khadgar
what
was
the ring
doing?
used to do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this what Khadgar was doing with the crystals this whole time?
Champion, I've been gone for a little while because I've been making you this nifty ring. Put it on and go zap a zippy zap laser beam at your best pal.
Shine bright.
Oh no! Hey, you Corona, why'd you stab me again?
Again.
I thought we got past this.
But
She runs into the forest.
real talk though, boys, which of these dungeons are you most excited to run again?
I actually thought about this before I started my queue today, and I was like, I hope I get any of them except the Bloodmaw slag mines. And I got the Bloodmaw slag mines. So that was unfortunate. That one's just kind of boring. That's the one with like the stupid rocks that roll back and forth up that ramp. And, you know, just very fire themed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's none of the bosses are super inspired. It's all just ogres, and it's like I want to say a bunch of them are like, I've been summoning this big thing that I'll use to squish you, and then it squishes them, and it's like, oh no, now you have to fight this big thing I have.
There's so many of those ones. I think I'm very excited for Skyreach. But I'm also...
that goes without saying, because it's been
Of course.
ages since we've been to the Skyreach.
I think I'm actually most excited for Auctioneer. I love that stupid RP we do with the light wall when we go in, and then the lady who ends up leading us is actually the bad guy the whole time, and we get to yell at her.
Oh yeah, and she's like, champion, I need you to come all the way over here to the left, and then she's like, I'm going to stand here and make sure a giant mech doesn't squish me. Oh!
Come on, champion. Let's go through this very disorienting ball phase where you click on a purple orb and you get teleported around the fucking room.
Yeah, and you just murk members of the Shadow Council. He's like, I read in the Chronicle the Shadow Council were important guys. And then you kill him. He's like, oh no! I didn't even make the next page.
My fight money.
My fight money.
I will say I'm very interested to see what percentage of groups during this time walking still try to do the Everbloom, we're going to skip a bunch of trash by hopping against this wall for a minute and a half before realizing that you need somebody to help pull you up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you and everyone jumped on their yaks, and then they kicked their robot and their Draenor off, and it's like, go, you got to jump at the apex of your jump. Right click on my seat real quick.
And the time it takes 4 times longer than just fucking doing the dungeon. But goddammit, I'm not fighting another trash mob in here.
I have to say that is the one I'm most excited for, if even just because I feel like it is the neatest storyline in which you're fighting the Everbloom, which is a thing that's very distinctly old Draenor. And then you hop through the portal and fight the last boss in Stormwind.
Yeah, he's about to fire his laser and destroy all of Stormwind, and we just casually save him. Save Stormwind.
Yeah, this is a casual.
We save him.
Yeah, we protect him. We must help him. Yeah, that is weird. And so that's also got to be really odd for the Horde to do. I've never done that from the Horde perspective, but so they also just come into Stormwind and save the city?
That's a good question. I never thought about that until right now.
Because it's not a parallel between there's not an Orgrimmar version. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they just come to the Alliance, right? I guess I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure that they do. If you're a Horde player and you know the answer, send us an email
or tweet at us
at DoNotRelentPod or DoNotRelentPod@gmail.com. But since we're already talking about things that are very attractive and very sexy, I guess we can move into our sexiest NPC of the week.
Ooh.
Ooh, who?
Ah.
What is it this week?
Well, let me tell you, our NPC of the week this week is real hot. He's got 4 legs, a nice strong torso, and 2 beautiful tusks. It's Yalnu, the final boss of the Everbloom.
Oh.
Bow, 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 bow.
The Horde aren't the only ones who aren't gonna stop Yalnu. Varian, Anduin, all y'all are nothing compared to my big plant daddy and his big laser beam.
Don't let it hit you.
I must say, I also love that the official picture for Yalnu on the Wowipedia isn't like they're disrespecting my man. It's not like a nice front-facing thing. It's him just stomping on like 3 Draenor priests. I'm like, what are all y'all priests doing there?
Me.
What was this photo shoot?
They're trying to stop the flowers from growing.
Yeah, they're stomping on his little flower petals.
Yeah, I can't believe that someone is out there right now stomping on Yalnu's bush. Just let it grow, let it thrive. There's no reason to cut it down. It's fine. It's sexy. It's good.
Natural is beautiful.
Yeah, you don't gotta
Don't tell me to tame my bush.
you don't gotta chop it down. You just gotta dive right into Yalnu's bush, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, get stuck in those vines. Mm-hmm.
I also really do like that Yalnu is like I guess he's a bigger Genosaur, but also he's like I'm the one that can use a spear. And in Genosaur culture, it's like, yes, that makes him the leader.
How many other Genosaurs are there?
There's a lot.
There are other ones, but this is like the only one that has a name.
There's one that's fighting a big Gron in Draenor that you don't want to fuck with or they'll fuck you up, but I don't know its name, so I guess that drives the point home. I just realized something. Basically, if you're a boss that has 4 legs, the odds of you shooting out a laser beam that one hits people is very high. Because Yalnu does it, right? And then the boss in Nighthold does it. The one who's like, clean up after the master. Hellfire Citadel, second to last boss. I think he has 6 legs, technically. He's a pit lord. I forget his name. Fuck, not Magdarodon. Manaroth. He does one, doesn't he? He has a spinning laser beam move, I'm pretty sure. I think.
I honestly don't remember.
Things to look out for. Things with multiple legs, laser beams.
The Venn diagram of those two is just a single circle.
But
I'm worried about some mounts now. People are gonna roll up on their horse. Thing's got multiple legs. It's gonna shoot a fucking laser at me. I don't like that. I don't want that.
Wow, Blizzard knew all along. They were giving the Alliance the powerful mounts.
We're so strong with our laser beam horses. Well, alright, Yalnu. You and your bush, your reward's on the way.
Hold on, baby. I'm coming. I'm hopping through that portal, and we're riding off into the sunset while we smash Stormwind.
Why did he even want to destroy Stormwind? How did he know where Stormwind was? I feel like I need to look up my Everbloom lore again, because I feel like that story doesn't make a lot of sense to me now that I think about it.
The only thing I remember of the Everbloom was the infamous, hop on my yak trick, and that you fought infected gnomes who were who were 8 feet tall,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, excuse me?
Yeah, and then
I
that one
think
boss,
it's-
you fought this mage where she was like, I'm launching fire magic at you. And you're like, okay, cool, this is a fire mage. But then she's like, just kidding, I'm also, using Blizzard now.
Yeah, bitch, you can't do that. Though I guess Jaina does it, so I guess it's allowed.
I respect. In middle of the fight, you don't know me. I've got a lot of tomes.
Oh, man, we have to run 1 before raid and hope that we get Everbloom. I really hope we get it.
So now that we've named our sexiest NPC of the week, I think we can head on into our top 2, bottom boo, or medium of the week. Aaron, what do you have for this week?
Well, I'm a simple man, and I must say my top 2 of the week was a visual glitch that I really hope never goes away. I was playing my girl Booty, and she's a fury warrior, so she has a spear and she has a sword. But today when I logged on, she also had another spear.
Where
like,
was this spear?
It was where the sword kind of was. So the spears were doing an X, and then the sword was like going down the middle. And when she would pull out her weapon, she'd pull out the sword and the spear, but one spear would stay on her back. And I'm like, oh, heck yeah. I look like an Amele, like an anime.
You look like Keyshawn.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, I got a bunch of weapons. I was like, can I stick some more on here? And I played for about 2 hours, and it never went away. So I'm like, can this just be the standard? I'm all about this.
Did you get any pictures of it?
No, but I am going to log on later and see if I can do it again.
I hope
I want that shit.
I want to see this shit.
It looked cool as fuck. But that was my top toot of the week. Slidewhistle, what is your TTMMBB?
I'm going to give my TT, to my girl, Queen Ajara, and the new emote news we've learned about her and her raid. So before it was, if you spit on Queen Ajara, she would just kill you immediately. Oh boy, they have added a lot more to this list. If you /rude/angry or /spit her, Ajara will punish you with one of the following effects. She will root you in place for a minute. Ooh. Or you can vomit plague, take damage, and disorient and damage those around you. She can turn you into a gas cloud. She can disarm you. She'll turn you into a plague slime or a snail or like a zombie. Or she'll transform you and you'll speak Naga language. So like, if you fuck with her, she's gonna fuck with you.
Damn, they really went in on this. All these goof 'em ups that she can do.
Oh, but wait, it gets better. If you give her a nice emote, like a hug or a flirt or a kiss, you will still earn Queen's Disgust, which is a debuff on you that says Queen Ajara laughs at your advances. But she'll be nicer. She'll put hearts above your head, but you'll be hostile to all of your raid mates. So if you want to be a douche, you can kiss her and then you will turn red, and people can actually kill you if they want. So it's like there's a lot of fun flavor happening in there, and I guess you need to emote her for one of the meta achievements for the raid, and which we're gonna have to do because the mounts from this stuff looks super cool. They've added so many cool mounts, and this one we gotta have.
Wait, so you get a mount just for doing this emoting thing?
Well, no. So you know how in every raid there's like the do these achievements, get an extra mount. It's one of them, and these ones seem a little bit hard, but yeah. That's my top toot of the week. Giving that to Ajara, who's noticing me, senpai. Immune, what do you got for your top toot? Medium moot or bottom boo?
I think my top toot of the week is, honestly, we just talked about it. I'm going to double up on it. My top toot is Draenor Timewalking. I'm really excited to have these dungeons back in my life because, I love me some Draenor dungeons.
Yeah, I logged in today and I said in Guild, today's the day, the best day of our lives, Draenor Timewalking. And then I had to say, by the way, I'm not kidding, I'm being serious. It's not a joke.
After 15 years, the game finally gets fun. Draenor Timewalking.
It's here. But yeah, alright. I think that's about it for us. If you guys have anything to send us, any comments, questions, complaints, if you want to submit Sexiest NPC suggestions, we could always use some outsourcing.
I mean, hey, they asked me today, and I gave them a random dungeon boss.
Hey, he's
Please,
hot.
we need your input. He's hot.
He's sexy. You guys can email us at donotrelentlpod@gmail.com, or you can tweet at us on the Twitter at donotrelentlpod. What about you guys? Where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at NewEraAlex.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter.
And before I close out, I just remembered I forgot to talk about this a while ago. The wrestler who played Ramses in Nacho Libre died like 2 weeks ago. He's dead. Ramses,
oh, no.
His lips were number
I'm gonna
one.
go put it on.
Whose muscles are number one?
His legs are number one.
Truly, Luis's life was number one.
God, and him putting on that chapstick. Oh, R.I.P. Pour one out, everyone, tonight for Ramsey / Real Wrestler.
And everyone pour one out for El Gigante, the giant's foot, who was run over by that other guy's that friend's go-kart.
I was trying to figure out who you meant, and then I figured it out. I got it.
Hey, get that back! Get that back! Oh!
Where are the
now
spices?
You can't wrestle.
Where are the cheeps? But okay, we gotta close out early. I'll put the entire movie. That's it from us. We'll see you guys next week. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing US-Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
Tickling cost extra, bub.